One design wing class, same size wings, same size board for everybody competing, and that's what we're talking about here with Elias from Freewing, AK Boards and Starboard. He's a well-versed pump foiler, kite surfer, wing foiler, competitive in the Germany and internationally, and he's going to explain to us, and we're going to have a little bit of a conversation about one design wing class. It's an arms race with the foil, and Starboard and Freewing are trying to come up with a fair system. Before we talk wing and gear, let's real quick have Elias talk about why is this a good thing, why do we need it?
Yeah, so thank you for tuning in. I'm here to explain you a little bit about the X-15 class. The main thing to us was to have a fair racing field. So racing, every single time it starts, actually it kind of gets quite unfair because the guy with the best equipment wins. As winging is still a very young sport, there's a lot of development in it. And if you have the sponsors and the relationship with your partners to always have updated gear, you kind of have an advantage comparing to the others. So what we actually came up with is a fair racing class, just like a usual sailing class, and that's why we came up with the X-15s. And the X-15 is a big thing for us. We introduced it in windsurfing with the one design class in windsurfing having IQ, and that actually worked quite well for us. Now in winging we call the whole system X-15 class. There's a website online, and the main thing to us were especially with the wing, that's I guess the most interesting part of the X-15 class, having a wing with different sizes even though you only have one version.
Here is the thing, you're walking the trade show hall and we're all like enthusiastic wingers, and you see a rather odd shaped wing, or actually getting into an odd shape when you unzip. And this is a novelty in the market for sure. You can unzip the trailing edge, and we're going to step back here a little bit and show you guys how this looks, this wing. You can see up there, you can see it, and then that's the zipper, and then the shape changes drastically. And that has a lot to do with the pressure points when you unzip, and with age groups and sizes, so everybody gets a plain level feel. And we're going to give the mic back to our technician here.
I love the way you say technician. The main thing is the one design class always suits one wing and one board, one foil. The way we're racing in low wind and high wind is quite technical, and you want to have the best pressure point to have the to max out. So we came up with the unzip solution. The leading edge is actually staying the same, aspect ratio stays the same, but the whole thing is you can unzip now with the 6 meter, 1.2, around 1.2 square meter, and have a way smaller wing. If we I would like to talk a little bit about the fabrics we're using, because that's also not a common fabric. So if you have a look on the canopy, we're using Ultra X. Ultra X is a one-side laminate that actually is super durable. It's not stretching, and the best part about it is not heavy. Because with X-ply and different fabrics, we actually had the problem that we had a durable material, and the fabric actually was quite heavy. So that's our latest product in the whole Freewing range, and that's the way we actually wanted to have the wing, or that way we wanted to have the wing as durable as possible, as well as the leading edge. So on the Pro V2 we're actually using a Lula.
Let's talk a little bit about wing performance, because here I am, I'm looking at this wing, and it looks a little weird because you have this trailing edge being cut out, yet the center strut is still the same, and I'm thinking, like, is it possible for this wing to perform the same way, like pulling the rider forward? And this is something very interesting, something new that we see. We see this canopy here that is actually covering the inside of the leading edge. So we all know there is a lee is being created inside the wing behind the leading edge with little turbulence, which of course moves the actual pressure point where the wing is pulling riders forward further back. But we're losing this pressure point as we are unzipping the trailing edge. So talk to us a little bit about pressure points and the solution that Freewing came up with.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned already the double surface. Airflow or wind flow while racing is actually not from the inside of the canopy. It starts with the leading edge. So if the leading edge is slightly bigger, you kind of have more pull in the wing. You can't just max out the leading edge diameter. So we came up with a quite big leading edge, and then we gave the wing, or the air that is actually hitting the wing on the leading edge, a flow. So we have a wind flow that actually pulls forward, pulls the air inside, and gives the whole wing a lot of performance forward. Yeah. The whole wing is the concept of the wing is to have a lot of pressure pushing you forward, not giving you the pressure to get on board. It is the pressure to go as fast as possible. And that's the same reason why we released or unzipped the trailing edge. If you would make a shorter wing, you actually have less top speed.
But of course, and we're going to conclude this here real quick, you were not only talking wing, because we're talking same class with the board. So, and the foil, and we're going to move over here real quick. And this is the board for the One Design class. And it also, I assume, it comes in different sizes depending if on the age group, and there's a foil setup down here as well. So you can see there's a foil setup down here as well. So we're going to Elias the last word here, concluding this One Design class. Very interesting, you guys, very interesting stuff.
So yeah, exactly. You mentioned already we have two different sizes of the boards. We have the youth and women's division that is 82 liters light tech technology to keep the price low, and then we have the men's division with a 95 liter board, carbon reflex. The foil is designed by Martin Fischer. You will see the MF sign that is actually standing for Martin Fischer. Martin Fischer is quite a famous race designer. He's designing the foils for the Americans Cup, so we tried to get him on board. We managed to get him involved, and he designed the foil. And I guess there's not many people that actually can design a as quick foil as Martin Fischer. We're very proud of that. So we have different age categories, same as in sailing. All the same categories have actually the same equipment they're using, and once they tune into the men's division, they're just changing boards.
Very cool. Here you have it. Thank you so much, Elias. We're gonna have more info on our website on price points, and we have now a full package, One Design, particularly with the Olympic thought. This is gonna come very much into play because we need to have a fair sport and not an equipment arms race, which it currently is, particularly again if we are looking to go Olympic. Thank you so much, Elias, and we'll see you guys.
Thank you for tuning in
the next one. Ooh.